For all the honeys in the Hyundai. For all my dreams, you know it's alright.
What's good, YouTube? This is Sam from Mammals Gaming. We got Jack Thraen here. What'd you do today?
I got 6th at the Philly Regional.
Yo, they did you dirty. Nice mat, by the way.
Dude, I did. Judges had it out for me, I think.
Yeah, how many times you got deck checked today?
4.
4 whole times.
4 whole deck checks, and one of my rounds, they gave my opponent the win after we reported that I won. So, it was weird. It's not on them, it was busy, but you know, it was funny.
Yeah, but as far as they tried,
Yep.
we made it.
Yeah. Lost round 1 to Fiendsmith Rizel, and then all 9 of my other rounds were wins against either Fiendsmith Rizel, Maliss, or I also dueled Raid Raptor and Plunder. I don't know.
All right, what'd you play?
I was playing Maliss.
All right, let's get right into it.
It's pretty standard. 3 each of the names. If you're running any less than this one, I don't.
Some people play 2. You think 3 is right?
I do not play less than 3 of this card. If you don't draw a Maliss card, you lose.
Fair, fair.
And the difference between a hand of like an engage plus a Chessie versus an engage alone is like insurmountable. Like it's a matter of you winning and losing. 4 copies of Underground. I learned today in round 9 that this is an activation once per turn. I was literally about to pass per turn to a ghost spell, and then I'm like, oh wait, I can do it again. So
negative to activation. Yeah.
So it's just another starter, and then the rest of the Malice cards, just these 3 and this. Not much to explain there. Not running Code of Soul, I'm running Packbit instead.
Packbit, you said?
Yeah.
All right, word.
Then Striker Package. These cards are very good. My friends will make fun of me because I did say they were bad at first. I was wrong. I was stupid. Similar with them, the Allures. I'm still torn on this, but like when it works, it works.
3 is fine?
Yeah. I like the card a lot. Like enough, I guess. Then 4 Bestials. I still love these cards. I am a terrible player. And up until round 7 of this event, I have been incorrectly using these against Fiendsmith Rizel. Like this entire format, I thought you were supposed to banish the Engraver. And then I'm like in my 3rd deck check watching someone next to me and they bestial the Requiem, and then I saw what happened. I'm like, oh, that's why you do that. So banish the Requiem. That's my story for that.
PSA, banish the Requiem.
And then it's just another Gold Sark, 1 of Tactics, and then 3 of the best card in the format, 3 Imperm, and 3 Ash. I don't main Thrust just because I fear silly rogue decks like Raid Raptor and Plunder.
What about Impulse? You didn't main it?
I sided it. Yeah, because it's really good, but I like it mostly like when I know I don't have to use Dotscaper. I'd rather main Dotscaper because the difference is huge. Then I'll do side or extra?
Let's do extra.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. The 3 Malice links, not much to explain there. Kagari, Lingaribo. Honestly, this could be a 2nd copy of Link Decoder because every time I used it, it was not for negating traps. It was just so I could turn a Malice into a link it in the Druid's Worm off for an SP to then force out the cross detonator board, because that happened like twice. So realistically, this will probably end up being something else because I never used it for its effectiveness. Then Link Spider as well. That card's good against Nib. These 2, nothing to explain there. This, nothing to explain here. Firewall, Access Code, and Firewall again. This card is really nice. My final round, I did a play I felt very clean with where I was forced to go sit first against the Mirror, and I ended with these 2 with the GWC set. He cross-outed my GWC, so I then chained my SP to banish both of these and my Firewall to add back my Druid's Worm from grave. And from that point, I had read that his face down he had set was a Thrust because he hadn't chained it to my Imperm. And I just let him sputter his wheels around because he was no way to kill me, and I had like so much follow-up coming back, there was no way he was winning.
For context, you had no other monsters on board.
No, I had literally no monsters, and I was just sitting there with nothing.
So that Thrust was dead.
And then just these 2. And then other than that, on the side, 3 Lancia. I don't run any of Perulia, Fuelos, or Shifter. I own them. It's literally just I do not want to play them. I think that this deck fears this card very much, and I think almost every deck in the format are siding or maining 3 of these things, which set 1 of these things. So why would I give my opponent 3 more copies of these things? I already lose to it 4 times out of their deck. Why would I give them 3 more? And it worked out. I never used this once, so these 2 were pointless. I sided them in, I never drew them. Second tactics, just because I had the space in the extra deck. Call by. I did call by a Lancia once. It felt nice. And then the Sanctum, as I said, for thrust. I also run Karma Cannon for thrust. I don't like Barrier right now, just because I feel like it doesn't do enough. Like if you call Xyz, they just start doing Fiendsmith plays.
Yeah.
And usually if you're using the trap, that means your board was like broken. And then 3 of this thing is broken, sided in against most decks. I wouldn't main it though, just because it is very bad at times into like Rizal.
Yeah.
Like my one loss today, it involved game 2. I drew all 3 of the Malice traps going second, along with him drawing Ash for my Eclipse, and my other 2 cards being a Chessie and a dead White Rabbit, so I wasn't winning that one. And then game 3, he Lancia'd me, and my only interrupts were 2 impulses. He led with a Sword Rizal, and there was nothing I could do. But other than that, 1 out from there. I think it went pretty well. I like the deck list. I might edit it a little, but this is probably what I'll be taking to Hartford and Orlando.
All right. Any shout-outs?
Shout-outs to the boys at Mammals. Shout-outs to my boys I came with. Shout-outs to my sons, Chris and Parker. I have to shout them out. Shout-outs to Alan. That's it.
All right. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.
Left on red, said none of this shit.